welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode number 27, part 3. This is where I'm viewing episodes 908 to 932. Yep. Yeah, I forgot to get a chance to get a head count of how many filler episodes. Yeah, this one basically is still 25 episodes. There is exactly 12 canon episodes. Yes, only 12 this time. Just something. Yeah, that's something. In fact, there's only 12 this time. 2, 4, 6. Actually, it's 10. Yeah, this time it's only just 10 canon episodes this time. Like last time was only just 12. Yep, and the canon episodes cover chapters 987 to 1005. Yep, that's what these ones cover. Yeah, and the first. Now let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about the last of the 6 in a row of the filler episodes. Friendship washed away on a riverbed. Yep, this one. Yeah, this is a filler episode. Oh yeah, this one. This is the one where you have an actress getting killed, and and actually one actress. Basically, you have Ren, Richard, and Conan staying at a resort. 3 ladies try to rebuild their shattered friendship. The victim basically is a woman who is not a very nice person, kind of mean. She gets killed and dumped in the river with these flower petals. And let's see here, what else? And the reason why, because apparently she disrespected her. Yeah. Only the second time in this series I could think of where you have a group of friends, basically, and there's one really mean one, and one of the friends killed her. Kind of the same thing. Next we have Mystery of the Burning Tent. Yep, it's a 2-parter covering episodes 909, 910. And it covers like roughly 3 chapters. Yep. And this one features the return of Manager Officer Kuroda. First time since episode 822 this guy's made an appearance. Yeah, this is also the last, right now anyways, last appearance for now of the Kawakushi's boyfriend. Inspector Sarahushi, I think it's how you pronounce the guy's name, who in the dub they refer to as Nicholas, I think his name is. Yeah, this is his last physical appearance in the series, which is quite interesting. Yeah, Saroti. Yeah, it's quite interesting though that he is the last official one to be. This is technically his last appearance. Yep, his last appearance for now. He does come back later on, and this features the return of Remy Wasagi, which in this group of episodes, this 2-parter is kind of her only appearance, though she appears in a flashback in episode 918. Yep, it's quite interesting though. You have this character, this managing officer, and he actually goes out in the field. He actually does something. He actually contributes to the case, which is quite interesting because his predecessor didn't do this very much. A lot of the time, usually just barking orders, and he does his job really well. And then you have a guy who gets burned. The whole thing of the burning tent is that the guy dies via a burning tent, basically caused by one of the people there. Oh yeah, and Conan points out that they're all basketball players because of their hand signs. And yes, he was actually correct. Yeah, based upon hand signs, prove these people are in fact, well, members of the basketball club. And I don't know who the contact was McGuire or Inspector, what's his name? Yamaga. Yeah, he makes a return in this series. Great to see the guy. Yeah, he always shows up anytime related to fire, which is quite interesting. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, well, not everything has to be like a regular murder. I mean, you could have like a burning death, like something to do with fire in the series, not just simply like a stab or. Yeah, when it comes to characters getting shot, that's very rare. A lot of the time they get killed in usually the most unusual way. Usually get stabbed, whacked in the head, or they're just strangled. Yep, that is how generally like a lot of people get killed. Burning alive, that's not exactly something they actually do in this series. No, it's very rare to do that. Yep. And the person who did all this was not one of the girls. Not the girl, the one girl. It was The Basco member. All because he inadvertently ruined his career. Yeah, that's pretty much what the reasoning for this is. And it's great though the fact they have a guy who is partially blind and he's able to do judo, which is quite interesting. The fact he's able to do that. Yep. And then after this two-parter, we're back to filler. Yep, back to filler for 5 episodes. I'm like, yeah, if you watch a series like, what? We're back to filler even though we just came back from filler? Yeah, we just already had 6 episodes of filler. We have more filler? Okay, fine. Yeah, first we have a job request McGuire. Now, I was watching this episode. Oh boy, I should point this out though. The audio cut out this thing like part way through. Yeah, basically McGuire was asking Richard Moore to just find evidence the guy who actually committed this crime. He then was kind of this guy was later released, but they found a guy anyways. But yeah, I didn't like the fact the audio cut out on this thing. It's the only time this ever happened whenever I watch the episodes. And we have textbooks become models. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, everyone's trying to be a freaking model. Okay, we do get a new. We don't actually get a new gadgets episode. No, we don't. I kind of forgot what happened this episode, but it does feature Saito in one of her last appearances in the series. Yeah, no worry about this one. It's the 300 filler case, the whole series. Yeah, the 300th filler case. Interesting. Yep, I barely remember this episode. It's that fact the push it up. Courtney gets kidnapped, all about a jewel thief. And I knew right away, because I listened to the guy's voice, who this guy is, who this voice actor is. Yeah, it's the guy who voices Sanji in the sub for One Piece. Yeah, what is up with whoever voices Sanji and they play characters in the series and they usually play villains? What is up with that? I mean, they usually play the murderer or at least the culprit in this case. Yeah, I'm like, seriously, what the heck is this? Yeah. So we have him being accused. Well, he's definitely a jewel thief, stealing 300 million yen worth of jewels. The police corner him. Conan's about to put Richard Moore through this whole sleeping Moore thing, and then he gets interrupted. He's about to explain what the heck was going on with that, and involves basically finding Conan is there, and he also lost his detective badge and his phone, which somehow off screen Richard Moore managed to pick those up, which I'm kind of like, they could have shown that, but no, they just later on, oh, he just happened to have them for some reason. Oh yeah, and also, the watch gets smashed, but he's still able to do the whole sleeping Moore thing later on. Yeah, somehow, it's never explained, despite the fact the watch is smashed. I'm sure that the trigger buckets and everything is not smashed. It's just the targeting thing is probably smashed. So yeah, this guy kidnaps Conan, and he kidnaps him to go to this chimney where at the beginning of the episode, there's a guy who's revealed to be his partner, falling down a shaft, who actually is later, they actually explain this later, where the reason why this happened because he tried to kill the guy who appeared, he tried to kill this guy who, I should point out, the guy wears sunglasses the whole episode. Yeah. I mean, as parents-wise, you can kind of mistake it being Richard Moore, just different hair color. Yeah, he looks almost exactly like Richard Moore. I mean, heck, even almost same mustache, which I thought that was interesting. Yeah, the same exact freaking mustache. I don't know why, it's bizarre. Yeah, I mean, I look at this guy, and, I mean, appearance-wise, he looks like Richard Moore. It's just that, well, his mustache is thinner, they change his hair color, and they have more sunglasses all episode. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the whole thing is basically a whole conspiracy involving this one guy helping get out of the country. His partners later revealed to be dead. Well, his first partners would be dead. Another partner revealed to be stabbed. Now it's assumed that he may have killed her, but the guy said, "Nope, I didn't kill this guy. Nope." And then, yeah, it's later revealed that it was the jewelry store owner was the mastermind behind the whole entire jewel robbery. And they visited the store like 3 times over the course of this whole two-parter. And Richard was like, "Yeah, I care more about basically rescuing Conan than restoring my name at the moment." Which, of course, McGuire actually agrees with that. Yep. And then when they have Conan go to this like old abandoned factory, has Conan, because Conan's small, crawl in the chimney and then retrieve all the jewels and sees that yep, the guy fell basically. That's what caused his death. And he gives the jewels back to him, and even he questions like, where's the rest of it? He's like, I don't know. That's all I found. And he gets mad, and yeah, it turns out that half the stuff was taken by somebody else. Assuming this other guy was one of his partners, but no, he was not the mastermind. Yeah. So yeah, Conan just somehow remembers where this bar, his bar is. He gets there pretty quickly via taxi. At one point, like he's like, okay, he gets thrown out of a car, gets thrown like instead of in the street, he slows down, throws in the median. Yeah, then he gets rescued, taken to the hospital, and then Rachel basically is like mad at him for disappearing later on, and he gets away, find the victim, and kind of assist him basically of finding who he is, and basically thinks Conan's like trusty soccer ball gadget. It's like deadly soccer ball, which is known for hitting people, hits 2 people at once. Eventually, the robber is arrested. I mean, he was assumed he was going to be arrested anyways. And of course, Richard Moore's able to give the whole abduction anyways. Yeah, how do you figure who this guy was? Simple. The cameras. Via, like, their chins. Yeah. It's interesting, a little two-parter, and it's quite interesting. Very exciting, too. By the way, not the first time, basically, Rachel's got mad at him, but this time she yells at him over her phone. Usually she yells at her father over so this time it's Conan. And then we have 9:15. This is the last of this string of filler episodes. High school detective Soroko Soroki. Yep, she basically stumbles across a murder, and this is the only case she actually solves. Yeah, but she kind of gives up being a detective, but she stays with it, despite the fact this is the only case she ever solved by herself. Usually when she solves the case, usually it's helped via Conan. Yep, and it turns out it was the assistant to this other guy who makes mannequins. That's what killed this woman. And having a tulip bed on the rooftop. Okay. And the fact that Rachel, and of course, Conan basically kind of knocked out the murderer via using his trusty soccer ball. Rachel, of course, saved her best friend. And there's that. Yep. It's an okay episode. Now back to canon episodes. We have the Kendo Tournament of Love and Mystery. Yep. Second time in the series we have a Kendo tournament featuring Harley, and there's a murder happens. At least this time it's not a Kendo player. No, it's a ref who gets killed by having his throat slit. Yeah. And oh yeah, and the guy who killed him, fellow referee, over like apparently he thinks of accusing him of favoritism, and the fact that he kind of forced us to commit suicide via being disqualified for doing a victory pose. I have never participated in Kendo, so yeah, so I don't really know if that's really true or not. If you can't do a victory pose, you can do that in football, but you can't do that apparently in Kendo. Okay. Yeah, and they also introduced one guy who later on appears in another episode. He's the character of, I think it's him. We also see kind of a person. Oh yeah, we see this guy. It is, his name is Takashi Anmuro. Yeah, this guy, who actually appeared in OVA, believe it or not. Yeah, he appears in this one episode just to say that he's going to quit. He appears in like one episode just to, well, he's there, he just plays fighting, and Then basically he decides to forfeit his match because he's going to go home because the governor of Tokyo is at his house and he's going to give him citizenship for Tokyo. Okay. I didn't know that cities over in Japan, basically, they're the people who actually run the city are governors, even though over here, provinces are kind of similar to the fact how states are over here, and generally states are run by governors, and cities are run by mayors, not governors. Probably a similar title, but it's quite interesting. But it's a great little thing. And they also have like this other Kindle player who appears in this thing. Yeah, who is sort of a guy who looks like he's one of the few characters in the series who's a spitting image. His name is Otaki, and he's a spitting image of Jimmy Kudo. He looks exactly like him. And we have Benjamin appears in the episode. She doesn't do anything noteworthy in the episode. I mean, she doesn't interact with anybody aside from her own butler. I mean, her next appearance is in episode 927, 928. That's when she does interact with the characters. Yep. But this one far is a good little mystery, and one of the last times you see Saito in this series because she'll appear like one episode after this, and that's it for now for her. Yep. And then we have one filler episode where Genta gets kidnapped by people who steal eels. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's probably a jewel thief. Nope. No, they stole basically these particulars are deemed illegal. Oh, and how do they capture them? It's by far the most hilarious thing. Yeah, Nikiji, who is Kaba's childhood sweetheart, basically defeats via judo, and then you have Yumi, who basically defeats the big guy with a German suplex. He's like trying to wrap her arms around. He's like, man, you're too fat. Then he just squeezes her belly, and then she flips him over. I'm like, okay. I'm surprised none of the male kids managed to look up her skirt during that period of time. Yeah, but it's a quite interesting episode. It's just basically just Detective Boys minus Genta riding around in a police car, chasing him down. That's pretty much the whole premise of this episode, but it's quite fun. Yeah, this episode was fun. Now we have the high school trio's secret cafe. Yep, and this sets up the next 4 canon episodes. This one. You have Ren, Sonoko, and Sarah making her first appearance since episode 882. Yeah, it's been a while. I always love when this character shows up. Yep. And she's here because of Planet Ship in Kyoto. Yeah, of course Conan and Richard are like, yeah, let's follow them. I thought it was so fun. In fact, they followed them to this particular restaurant. Of course, that's when she ran this song on Sarah. Like, they're going to go to Kyoto. They'll explain why they're going to Kyoto until the end of the 2-parter. Why they're going to Kyoto? School field trip! Yeah. I've actually gone field trips like that where they go to a different place. I mean, I've gone to Universal Studios on a field trip. Yep. And there's a murder happens in this cafe, happens in the break room. And this guy's killed the most unusual way possible. It's like kills with a very heavy vase. He's basically reaching for this earring that's carefully placed in his cabinet, and this woman picks at this thing. This thing is quite heavy, and smashes his head. That's how they kill him. It's not by them picking the thing up and just whacking him like that. No, it has to be him lying on the floor. And who is the murderer? The smoking hot waitress. Because apparently he had been blackmailing her, and also the fact that, well, he basically, because of his stupid blog, yeah, blogs apparently are still popular nowadays for some reason, even though it's only mentioned in fiction. Yeah, his stupid blog caused the shutdown of a restaurant, even though he had never ate the food there. I'm like, dude, what the heck is your problem? I mean, if you're going to criticize food, actually bother to try it. Yeah, and apparently what he basically based his critique is based upon rumors. Seriously, rumors are the reasoning for him shutting down this freaking restaurant. Oh yeah, and after the restaurant shut down, her parents committed suicide. Yeah, and apparently to get out of debt, basically he wanted her to become his girlfriend because he was next time to become manager of this restaurant. It's assumed it's the ex-manager. Nope, it's the smoking hot waitress. Yep. And of course, I want to go. I want to get Hybrid to give me that cure, that antidote. Yeah, but you have to you have to sit through 4 episodes. Yep, we're back to filler. We have the murderous carpool. We have a professor gets killed because second time in the series I've seen killed because he stole a guy's research paper published as his own. Yep, because of the fact he has influence, he can't freaking. I mean, the guy basically plagiarized a thesis. He stole his own student's thesis, published as his own. That is plagiarism. I don't care you have freaking influence. You committed plagiarism. Yeah, and that's the reason why he killed him. Because he committed plagiarism. And apparently, because he has so much influence, nobody would believe him. Which I think is complete bullcrap. I'm sure he could probably prove just by submitting it. Of course, this is a digital age, by the way. You can actually prove it very easily just by showing the original thing with his own words. Yeah, because of course, he can make the date exactly when he made this thing. Could have done that, but nope, let's just kill the guy in the most awkward way possible. Let's have him get strangled via his own phone strap. Yep. Yeah. Then we have the Disappeared Detective Boys. Yeah, this one surprisingly doesn't involve murder. Nope. Not necessarily no. This one started off the having a woman's 10,000 yen bill just fly around and somehow the detective boy stumbled upon a counterfeit ring. Yep. Oh yeah, and it's basically a trail leads to a ship. Most detective boys, minus Conan, mind you, get taken hostage, and they get taken to this ship, which is owned by a French woman, mind you. Yes, a French woman. Yeah, Conan gets on board, and he's able to basically, of course, he told the police that there's evidence on board. It's like, we're going to search it. Like, really? You got a warrant? And then Conan basically, who had been taken, he basically knocks the goons pretty easily. Apparently, they didn't bother to see the fact he can easily access his belt. And he knocks him, like, and of course, he breaks it. It's like, Inspector Guire, there's evidence in here. Get in here quickly. And of course, all the men storming right in. And of course, like, what evidence? All wet. And of course, Anita, awesome she is, apparently saved evidence which has her fingerprints on it, and boom, she's arrested. Yeah, it's an awesome episode. Yeah. Sunset and Tangerine Fields. Yeah, this one is a quite awkward one. Another filler episode featuring Serena. Yep. Where she apparently like buy people to pick tangerines, okay? And then the owner of the thing is killed because he wanted to sell the place. And who's the murderer? His wife. And the son tried to take the blame, but nope, the woman got arrested. Eventually the place got sold, I think. Yeah. And apparently it's very serious picking tangerines. Yeah. And now we're back to canon stuff, the last 4 of this bunch. We have the Heartfelt Strap. Mm-hmm. Well, this whole 2-parter is just... Oh, this guy. Yeah. A guy appears in 1 episode and 2 movies. And he's a canon character. His name is Yaka Kazuma. He appears just this 2-parter and like 2 films, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty much this one, it's like we had this whole 2-part looking for this particular thing. They eventually find it, this strap, which is from her favorite soccer player. She's a big fan of him, and apparently she gets a chance to meet him in a flashback, and she started basically she like kind of rubbed her head, which, yeah, she's like basically kind of in love with him despite the fact she's a little girl. Yeah. Oh yeah, and apparently this whole 2-parter, she basically stays at Gaz's house, and she's in shock. And somehow Bourbon decides to just show up. Yeah, Amuro decided to show up and just randomly decided to help out. Okay. Yep. As for why he decided to show up, yeah, there was no rhyme or reason. It shows completely at random. He just basically is he's their driver. The whole 2-parter. They find the thing, get back to Little Dirty, like, and he comes like, hey, can you give me the antidote? He's like, absolutely not. But he gets to the very next episode explain that, like, he had to explain rules. Okay, you can't do anything. And one of the strangest ones, basically, you can't do any flirting while you're in Shichiku's body. I'm like, okay. You also take like every 8 hours. Yeah, you have basically at the where it's up, wait 8 hours, take it again. You have to go on this field trip to Kyoto. Great one, of course. Yeah, transformation to Jimmy Kudo. Harley has to show up. I mean, it's just by sheer coincidence. Like every time in the anime he's made a return, basically Harley is always there. Yep. And we also have Majima, who somehow Ren met off screen, even though that like if you watch the anime, like what? When the heck did she meet him? Probably in the movie she was introduced. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she meets up with Hichi, well Harley, and he's like, I heard you gun. And of course, God is like, and of course, she's basically, these two ladies are rivals as one guy's affection. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and when she was first introduced, she refers to Hichi as her future husband, despite the fact he doesn't remember her at all. Yep. And it's all about basically this famous case was somehow outed Shichi Kudo being alive. Yep. And like basically these various actors get killed because this one guy basically was trying to avenge a friend of his who committed suicide over the fact his name was not in the credits. And it turns out, yep, his name was in the credits. Also, Jimmy Kudo's parents were in this episode, this two-parter. And his mother does remember the actress who's basically a friend of hers. Why not? It seems like almost every actress he meets who basically has kind of heard of it. Like when he meets Chichi Kudo, it's like, oh yeah, I know your mom. Yep. Yeah, it's like, yeah, she's got a bunch of friends. Heck, her best friend, aside from Ren's mother, is a member of the Black Organization. I'm surprised she didn't exactly hit her when she found out. Like, it's like, you remember the organization that turned my son back to a child? I'm surprised she didn't slap her or hit her. Basically devastated. Anyways, yeah, and this particular two-parter, by the way, is 2-hour-long episodes. Yeah, but here's the thing. This covers 6 chapters. 6. Normally, this would be covered in just a quick little two-parter. But I think basically what happened with this one, because it's just a big one, because adapting the 1,000th chapter of the series, and it was probably really long anyway. So let's stretch it out into 2-hour-long episodes. Not just 2 regular episodes, 2-hour-long ones, which is the last ones to date, mind you. There hasn't been one since these two aired. And apparently they had this, even though it's a canon episode, they had like the opening New Year's thing they had every time they start New Year. They have Conan basically wish everybody have a New Year. He did the same thing with episode, I think it was like 900, I think it was like 8. It was like when they had like the last string of the one from season 25. That is pretty much the same thing as well. Mm-hmm. Yep. Great two-parter. Has this awesome moment, basically, where Ren kisses Shichi on the cheek. Something he's waiting for such a long time. Yep. So, we have it where... yeah. Yeah, he's about to move for a kiss, and it thinks that's wearing off, and he has to run away. Sarah basically easily kind of finds out, basically... Yeah, she's not stupid. She can easily figure out, yeah, like messing like some kind of medicine. She overhears them talk about medicine. Yep, and somehow this thing was heard before. Apparently, he was able to take one to last a little bit longer to solve this case. Yeah, but this is a fantastic two-parter, and I'm kind of glad they made it to an hour-long episode because, though I kind of wish before the thing wore off that Shichi got a chance to make out with Ran. I'm sure the next time he basically when he transforms. Which hasn't happened to manga yet because, well, the manga is only ahead by this particular arc by about 30, I think it's like 33 chapters. So it's not been that long. It's only, I think this happened just like last year, I think it was, when they released these particular chapters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm sure that when he turns back into Shichi Kudo, the first thing he's going to do once he's ran, he's going to walk up to her and he's going to make out with her. Something he probably wanted to do before when she, peck on the cheek. It's like, yep, confirm that, yep, she does have feelings for him. She loves him. Yep, something he had wanted to hear. Like, because he was so happy he got a chance to hear his response. Yep, and then after that, it's like, okay, are we going to kind of episode of this? Nope, it's 12 straight filler. Which I'm talking about the first 4. Yep, and two-parters. Yep, two-parters. Oh yeah, and also Mary returns in episode 928 for a brief cameo. sets up a plot thread that's still going on right now, trying to find this antidote that she apparently knows the antidote, but she's trying to search for it. Then we have the woman standing by the window. Yeah, we have this very beautiful woman who's 28, and the first character you see of all the characters is Amy, the adorable Amy, who scrapes her knee. The woman just basically just carries her, just sees her like, don't worry, I'm not a dangerous person. Like, don't be so reserved. Like kind of saying, I'm not a dangerous person, and she just carries back to the apartment, be a piggyback self, treats her scrape, and she also smokes outside. Which you gotta at least praise the fact that someone knows not to basically like expose Amy to smoke. Which that's a smart thing because she doesn't want this little girl to suffer like secondhand smoke. Well, of course he breathes outside, but not on Amy. Which thank you for that. At least she's generous over it, and she's a beautiful woman. Though she dies at the end, of course Amy suspects that this woman is a target of like 3 people who don't like her for some reason. Not revealed to part 2 the reasoning for this, and eventually at the end of part 1 she dies by falling off a building. Oh yeah, and who's the murderer? They suspect 3 people: a lady with glasses, a professor who is basically balding, wears a toupee, and a overweight social critic. Yeah, it turns out that the woman with glasses is actually a guy. Yep, is a guy. Yep, I have no idea why in the world they thought this was necessary. Do a guy who posed as a woman. Okay, this is quite stupid. Heck, they have appearance by Takagi and Kaba. Yeah, this was by far a very dumb revelation. hmm Yeah, and as for and it turns out that she had been blackmailing people. Yep, and she's basically sitting by a window because she wants a boyfriend to come back, which she never did. And apparently the critic didn't like her very much, so she killed her and put her on this balloon thing and killed her that way. Okay. So apparently she killed her because she was after her. Yep. And Conan's the one who gave her the speech about basically about you should never take someone's life. hmm Yep. Now normally in filler episode, this is McGuire's job. This time Conan got, which is quite interesting. Yep. The last 2 are quite interesting, known as the Northern Kyushu Mystery Tour. Yeah, this 2-parter, of course, also being a filler episode, covering episodes 931 and 932. Yeah, basically they're kind of like 2 cases here that actually are connected. We have a graffiti artist running around painting tiger in Japanese. The other, of course, being the president of a company who gets attacked. Yeah, it turns out that it was an accident. Nope, it was attempted murder. And they reveal this quite interesting. Now they think that the attempted murder and the graffiti is done by the guy's son. Nope, it's not done by his son at all. It also assumes directors behind this too, but nope, it was the security guard. Yep, he was behind everything. He also planted a bomb in the president's car. Oh yeah, and also that the driver was blackmailing him because he knew about him trying to kill the president. Yep. Oh yes. Also, Conan also catches him in the president's office, sitting in the president's chair, put his feet on the desk, and eating a box of donuts. Not even highway old box donuts. I may eat like 1, maybe 2 at most, but not a whole frickin' box. Yeah, it's quite stupid. I mean, I like donuts, but not that much. Yep, so the security guy gets arrested for attempted murder, and I believe he's the one who did the graffiti stuff. It's not clear if he did, but they do. It's suspected the director behind it, but nope, it's not the director. Yeah, the old man once again made a wrong deduction. He does this frequently. Look up going straight in the mouth. Yep. Oh yeah, and then he's there basically in town to receive the Best Detective Award by the Japanese Detective League, which Conan himself points out though, never heard of this group at all. I don't think this group even exists in real life. And if the group was created to support Richard Moore because, well, he's famous. Yeah, and they gets a award and makes a bad joke and realizes, yeah, we may have made a mistake basically in this award. I don't think they're going to take it away anyways. He probably has earned it, despite the fact the guy is a buffoon. Yep, and that's the last of this set of episodes. Now, part 4 of this one will cover the last 13 episodes of the series aired right now. Here's the thing about these. Only 2 are canon out of 13 episodes. Yep, you'll get my thoughts on those probably tomorrow or probably Thursday at best. At that point, pretty much any other time I do anything with this particular video review series, aside from occasional specials whenever a new manga comes out, I'll be definitely doing reviews, new episodes when they come out, and I'll definitely do reviews of the movies, the TV specials, and the OVAs. Yeah, I think in the case of the specials and the OVAs, I might do those a little bit later, but I really want to get to the films. I'm really curious about them. But I'll review the films after I watch this one particular series, which I'll talk about the start of that one when I do my part 4 of this. I'll reveal that what next series I'm going to start after I finish up the last 13 episodes when I do my next review. Well, part 4 of this review for season 17. Now I have exactly 3 more videos coming today. 2 anime reviews, one review of the newest chapter Black Clover and new episode of the anime. New episode of Fairy Tail and a movie review. Yep, 3 more. But next video I'm going to do is review of Black Clover. Yep. See you all soon for that video. Bye.